Welcome back to the #1 home improvement YouTube channel in the entire world. Today, we're going to be installing vinyl baseboard, 100% waterproof baseboard in this bathroom. It will never rot, it'll never puff up, it'll never start peeling, it'll be here forever until they remodel next year. Seems that's the trend. People just keep remodeling over and over and over. I'm going to be doing all my cuts right here in the bathroom. There's not much. We've got this wall, we've got this wall, we've got behind the toilet, and we got a few short pieces over there. There is a catch. These are steel studs, so I can't just use my cordless DeWalt nail gun that cost me about $400 because it doesn't have enough power to shoot into those steel studs. I think my pneumatic nail gun will do the job. I was just doing a repair on a camper, a tow-behind travel trailer camper that had aluminum framing, and I was putting in these tiny little vinyl pieces of trim and I was nailing them into the aluminum framing. The DeWalt nail gun could not pop through that aluminum framing. I went, got my pneumatic, boom, 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 didn't have a single bent nail. Just blew right straight through it, perfect depth. I've been informed I'm no longer allowed to call myself a handy man. Can't use the M word, I'm a handy person. This video is sponsored by Boss Man Brands. So maybe you grew a quarantine beard and you decided to keep it, but now you're realizing things are getting a little out of control. Boss Man Brands makes beard care products to keep your beard under control. They've got beard jelly, beard conditioner, beard balm. They even give you a beard comb. This one's interesting. It's a beard brush. Strong boar hair bristles help reach pores and massage your skin, promoting healthier and faster growth. Boar's hair. So if you grew out your beard during quarantine and you need to tame that beard, go get yourself some Boss Man Brands beard care products. This is the hammer scent. You can go out and smell like a hammer. The link will be in the description. So here is the compound miter saw that I'll be using. It's the one I keep in my tool trailer. I have 3 different kinds. And this is the one that I choose to take with me to job sites. I don't do a lot of production trim work or custom trim work. This is basically what I do. Baseboards, little shoe molding, 1 room at a time, maybe a little bit of crown molding once, twice a year. So I don't need a big setup. I don't need the whole, the whole kit. You guys are in the shower, on top of the toilet. So I've got the regulated pressure set to 120. I don't want it too high. I don't want to blow out the O-ring or anything like that. I have it set to its deepest setting. We will see how it goes. Is this just going to crumple and make a big mess? Or is it going to blow through that thin steel stud and make my life easy? Ready, set, fire in the hole. Put your safety squints on, or just close your eyes. Oh, moving on down. Gotta be careful you don't shoot a nail into any of your water pipes. I'm kind of hopping around this room a little bit, putting in the longest pieces first, and I will come back and fill in with the 3rd piece. I only have 3 pieces. This wall, and that 3rd piece is for all the short pieces. So I don't want to start cutting up little short pieces and find out I made a mistake and then be out of luck and have to go to the store and to do this whole process all over again to get paint on these vinyl baseboards. The steel studs don't have quite the bite. They will not. There's just a thin layer of steel that's holding down. I'll take out the One little thing I like to do when putting these together like this is I squirt some caulking in here. And put that right in like that. Squeezes out real nice, real nice. Let me get that to kick in. Now we go back, we caulk my holes and fingerprints, things like that off. As well as caulking the baseboard to the wall. This is like easily like this. Okay, the first round of baseboard is fully installed. There, and even back in. I'm going around one more time with the shoe molding. Now it doesn't need shoe molding because we have no gaps to cover up. It looks pretty tight actually, but the basement out there has shoe molding, so they're getting shoe molding, and I want it to match, so that's why I'm putting shoe molding down here. It should take me 15 minutes at the most to cut and install this shoe molding. I'm switching nail guns. I'm still staying pneumatic, but I'm dropping down in size of nail. I'll be using an 18 gauge nail as opposed to, it was either 16 or 15. I think it's 16 gauge. So I'm going to 18. Puts a smaller hole, and I'm actually nailing this to that baseboard, not this to that baseboard to the steel stud. You might notice that I'm cutting this twice. Instead of just cutting the angle and putting the flat end up against the cabinet. Well, I understand I'm caulking this in and going back for paint touch-ups, but you can see this end here is not a nice straight 90-degree cut. It's kind of rather jagged. This is how it came from the store. So I'll do my 45, then I'll cut my 90 that butts up to the cabinet. Yes, cabinet. I'm using 1 3/4 inch nails, these little guys here. Oh, that looks so tight there, nice. Got a nice tight press in the corner. There's a slight here. Push that in, push that in the corner. Nice tight. Quick update on how the sawdust or vinyl dust is. It's not bad at all. It's mostly collecting in the bag, which is surprising. Seems how this is such a cheap saw. There's a little bit here on the carpet, but cleanup is going to be minimal. Probably 60 or so seconds of cleanup. It'd be a piece of cake. A lot of times I skip over this stuff when I make these videos. Hopefully you can see that. This has to go over that to sit in tight. This is way overkill for this corner. You would never do this unless you just wanted to waste time. But I make YouTube videos, so you can see that pencil mark there. That's what I have to that's what I have to remove with my knife. Just gonna shave it out. My knife of choice for this project, for this little section, is gonna be the Gerber center drive. You know it, you've heard it, you've complained about it. Maybe not. Maybe you're not one of those whiners. It's nice and sharp. I don't know, can I still shave with it? Yeah. Oh yeah. It's been a couple weeks since I've sharpened it. There you go, there's some arm hair for you. Most guys would use a utility knife for this. So I'm following that pencil mark. Just a piece of cake. None of this stuff is real rocket science. Far, far from it. Almost perfect. I am going to shave this into a perfect, that's almost perfect right there. Definitely perfect for paint grade, but not for YouTube. So this Dynaflex Ultra is good adhesive caulking. That's how I got it squirted on the back, and I'm going to squirt some right in to the joint. So when I reach back in there and push it in, it presses out. I swipe it with my finger, and it looks perfect. So these plastic lids. Got your own little mini pry bar with the Gerber center drive. Link in the description with a discount coupon code. I'm just going around and hitting all the caulking spots. Make sure it looks nice and clean. That caulking has to get paint on it. It'll discolor, it'll attract dust and dirt, and it'll be an eyesore within a few weeks. So getting the paint on there seals it all up. It's not sticky. Dust doesn't stick to it. Even when I caulked it to the wall, that bead of caulk there has to get cut in. Something that's interesting, when you do this sort of stuff for a living, when you go over to people's houses, you start looking at their baseboards, you start seeing these eyesores of caulking globs that have just attracted dust and dirt, and it just looks hideous. It's kind of a curse. Pretty much can't go anywhere without seeing things like that. The quarter round is also caulked to the baseboard, so I gotta cover that up with paint. That's it for this video. Baseboard's in, it's caulked in, it's waterproof forever. The pneumatic 16 gauge nail gun went right straight through the steel studs. This is what I recommend for baseboard in bathrooms where there's a budget. If not, you could go around the whole thing with marble, you could go around the whole thing with a bullnose tile. That's much more labor intensive and expensive. For 60 bucks, you can have waterproof baseboards. Now this room out here is gonna get baseboards too, but we're using the fiberboard. Same profile, but the fiberboard. When I go to paint those, I'm gonna do some more tweaking to that Finish Max Super. Click the links in the description. Go to the handyman.store or the handyperson.store. I should buy that domain, the handyperson.store, handyperson.com. I wonder if that one's taken.